I think the very essence and importance of social media cannot be overemphasized. It is of great necessity that we understand that issues are now beginning to move from the conventional ways of engaging the media to the new media, which is the social media. And many a times, take it or leave it, the things you get to see on social media are things that ordinarily you couldn't have gotten anywhere, either by way of individuals who wants to suppress certain news or who wants to suppress certain fact. But in social media, where you have freedom of expression, you see people engaging the core issues the way it is. And many a times you get to get some issues breaking on social media before even the conventional medias get it. And sometimes you get to see leak informations on social media that can be verifiable, or even within the shortest possible time, you see that those things materialize. So, and if you talked about advancing a particular cause, there are some individuals who might not be able to engage the financial war chest, to engage the normal media. But they take advantage of the social media that has no boundaries to push their issues. That does not mean the conventional media is not important or we should jettison their importance. But however, we must also stress the fact that the world is navigating and gravitating towards a technical age, and we must follow suit. For example, some of these things you see in social media, you might see them as propaganda, but the fact is that whatever you see there, it might not be 100% correct, but there are elements of fact and truth which ordinarily many a times we have seen played out in the near future. Immediately some of these things leak into the social media space. We have seen some financial transaction within government that you cannot find in conventional medias, and you see them leak, and they use the advent of social media. So, like that propaganda you are talking about now, we shouldn't just see it as a propaganda. It's a wake-up call to Nigerians. It's a wake-up call to Edo people, peradventure, to say, okay, we have heard that certain amount of taxpayers' money has been deployed by the Tinubu-led administration into Edo State for its interest in the 2024 Edo election. There was a social media outburst of video that went viral, where Mr. President was making the statement to to his party leaders and saying, "I will give Edo to you." It is laughable. It is wrong for the person of Mr. President, who is supposed to be the father of everybody. There is no one person that can give Edo to any political party. The governor of Edo State cannot give Edo to his party. Mr. President in Abuja cannot give Edo State to his party. It is Edo people that will choose the leader they want to enthrone. The right to elect a governor in Edo State resides in the electorate, and Mr. President must get it clear. I must retract some of those statements and some of those body language, because this is what politicians ride on to either influence the security agencies and influence even the INEC, and they go to them and they say, Mr. President said. Whereas Mr. President have not said anything. But because of that open statement in social media, that where Mr. President was seen saying, I will give Edo State to you, my APC, telling the APC leader, it is indicting. And it is suggestive that there will be some level of negative and external influence in the Edo election, or what they call federal mind, to do some certain things that will affect Edo State election. And that is what Edo people must resist. And that is what we must say no to. Edo State people must decide who leads them. The Senate President or Mr. President or whosoever external politician that are having interest in Edo election should sit in their state. They should go back to their state and engage the politics of their state and make their state better. Look at the federal roads leading to Edo State. Look at some projects. If 5 billion or billions of naira goes into those projects or into our healthcare sector, for example, it will do a lot, rather than using it to buy political leaders to influence decisions of Edo people.